Welcome back to Rock and Rattle Retreat. We're doing some building now, but not building what you think. So we're sitting on top of the mountain. Alright, here is pre-build. We had a lot of trees in this area, and we had to get them out. We cut them down. You look at the previous videos. We cut down a lot of trees and moved a lot of trees, and I wish I had this when we were moving all the trees. We're going to be taking this axle, which is on a very small trailer, 4x8 trailer, and we're going to create a log skate. Now, what's a log skate? This is going to be a set of wheels on the back of the log so it doesn't drag on the ground the entire time I'm dragging it somewhere down the road from the back 40. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut that axle in half to start with. Drag out the old bandsaw, metal cutting bandsaw. This does a pretty good job. Now, got to get that thing up there on that. First, we're going to take these tires and wheels off. Think about that. You cut that in half, and those tires and wheels are extra weight on the end. They're just going to, boom, fall on you. So I decided to take them off before I started sawing. Get it up on the bandsaw. Gonna oil down. It's got the mark for half. Oil it down a little bit for cutting. Turn it on. And lower it down. This is all gravity fed bandsaw. Don't need to push it through. What we're going to do while it's cutting is add some oil to it, a little drip drop here. Helps the cutting action go along. And of course we're not going to make you watch it in real time. You don't want an extra long video, do you? Or you want to watch some grass grow? Paint dry, bandsaw band. There we go. It turns itself off even at the end. Nice tube, but it's got a lot of surface rust on it. It was under a trailer. Nobody looked at it. Okay, put the bandsaw back. It just fits in the corner of the shop, or should I say the garage at the moment. Don't have a shop garage. Up at the property, this is my one that I live in a house. And then we're going to take a lot of that surface rust off. At least grind it down a bit. Just the surface rust. We're not trying to shave it down to a smaller diameter. It's a little easier welding when there's not as much surface rust. So it took a while. Okay, got it up on the welding table. Both halves sitting there. One on each side. Clamped it together. Clamped it down. Alright, set the camera up so we can actually see something maybe. Get my welding stuff on. And we're going to use the Miller-Matic 211 MIG welder. We're going to tack this end. Yeah, that's a lot of tacking. It's a little more than a tack. Then we're going to go around. Got to keep that a bit straighter. Should have got that a little more straighter there. The line to the MIG welder. Get the other side tacked on there. Take a clamp off. Yeah, get it straighter, dude. Alright. Now we can do some welding. So we're going to do some welding strips on this to keep it all together. Because the log's going to sit on this. And we don't need it breaking. But I'm not going to do a full line of weld all from end to end. Don't think that's really necessary. Especially when you do one side. A whole bunch of little welds. A little more on that side, yeah. And then do the other side. And then I get the old soapstone out and mark where I'm going to weld. A little more even on the one side than the other. Doesn't matter. Nobody's really going to look at this. A little more on this side. A little more on that side. I'm pretty sure it's not going anywhere now. Alright, got some scrap angle iron. There you can tell one's red, one's not. Yes, the trailer was red. On the left side, that was from the trailer. And then I got some rebar there. Let's put this other wheel on so that I don't put this angle iron on a weird angle and it's going to go right into the tire. I want to make sure these are set up so that they don't rub on the tire. And if you haven't figured it out, that's to keep the log more centered on that, and so it doesn't flop around from one side to the other and rub on the tires and wheels. And we're going to do a little grinding to take some stuff off. Try not to catch myself on fire. And using hold down would be good. There we go. Alright. Line these guys up, take the tires off, and start welding them up. Yes, I leave the rebar in there and weld that up. It gives a good brace so the log doesn't crush down on those angle irons. I said the majority of the weight is going to be right down there on the actual axle. Okay, now I'm taking some other angle iron and making a tongue to it. So when it's underneath the log, I can put a strap across it and it'll hold that tongue up so the little skate will stay put when going down the road or trail or wherever else I'm trying to drag it. Get her centered up. And start welding. I think you've seen my log hauler in the past if you've looked at all the videos. It was used when I was moving logs around, when we were first taking down the trees and piling them up to make saw logs, or moving them around so that we could bring in the excavator and he could start digging out our foundation and basement. So if you go back a ways, you can find it being used. It's one that I made also out of another trailer axle. And more welding. So I got two wheels on the log mover, and then there's two wheels on this skate, which they call a skate. So all we need is some paint. Get it all painted up, and there it is on the end of a log. And here is going down the road. There's my log hauler in the front and the skate in the back. I'm going to change the wheels and swap them because the log hauler has small wheels, the skate has big wheels. I'm going to make them opposite. But that's all we got for this time. That's how I made the skate. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to keep track of us, and the build's coming.